Welcome back, Sunshine Chasers. If you watched our first video in our Alaska RV trip overview and budget, you already know we spent 98 days exploring the last frontier and invested a good chunk of change into this RV Alaska adventure. And we have been full-time RVers for 4 years. But we know you have questions, and lots of them. How do you actually book these campgrounds? Which roads should you take? Which roads should you avoid? We are answering all these questions in this video. We're breaking down the exact booking windows, the strategies that got us into popular campgrounds, and when you need to book a campground or not. So stick around. This video is packed with actionable information, real talk, and the experiences that made our 98-day RVing Alaska unforgettable. So buckle up and sit back as we take you on the ultimate drive through Alaska RVing trip planning and road reality. Let's start with the campgrounds that you are going to need to book. These are ones that book out in minutes, not hours, minutes. And if you are going to be going to the same route and direction like we did, these are definitely ones you're going to want to stay on top of and get those reservations, as there are certain booking windows. And you're going to want to jump on them the second that these open so that you can have an amazing RV trip while you're in Alaska. Banff Lake Louise Hardside Campground. Cost $156 US for 4 nights. When to book? January of 26. Where to book? The Parks Canada website. The exact opening dates get announced early January, so you need to watch for that. Why it matters? Lake Louise is iconic. It's the turquoise waters, the mountain backdrops, the whole bucket list experience. Thousands of people want this spot, literally thousands. On the day of opening, you get online at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. You log into Parks Canada, and here's where it gets interesting. You're randomly placed in a virtual line. You might get in right away, or you might have a 45-minute to 1 hour wait time. It's the luck of the draw. For us, it took about 16 minutes of waiting before I got in and secured our site. But I've heard of people waiting in line for an hour or getting in immediately. You just don't know. So here's what you do. Be online a little bit before 8 a.m. Mountain Time sharp on the date that it opens. Have your account already set up. Have your payment method ready. Have your date selected, and get in that virtual line and hope you're the lucky one that gets through quickly.
We have to say that the 4 nights that we stayed at Banff here at the
Lake Louise Hardside Campground
was very nice.
Yeah.
Now, there is a train track right by, but we have a sleep with a sound machine and didn't bother us. This is a really nice area to explore Banff from, and I think I do wish I would have booked a week here.
And it is very peaceful here. Like I said, even the trains weren't that bad, and we were as close to the tracks as you can get. Train.
And we highly recommend coming here. There isn't enough adjectives that we can keep saying. Stunning, beautiful, awesome, awe-inspiring, you name it, it really is that. And right now, it's our favorite Canadian National Park.
Jasper Whistler Campground. Cost was $127 US for 4 nights. When to book? Once again, January of 26. Where to book? Parks Canada website, the same as Banff. Why it matters? Whistler is your gateway to the Icefield Parkways. If you've ever driven the Icefield Parkways, it's one of the most stunning scenic drives on earth. Seriously, and Whistler Campground puts you right in the heart of it. The same strategy as Banff, January of 2026 opening. Get online a little bit before 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on opening day. You'll be randomly placed in line with the other hopeful RVers. It's the same luck of the draw as Banff. You might get lucky or wait close to an hour. You have your information loaded and be ready, because when you get through that line, you need to book fast.
All right, as we stand here overlooking the town of Jasper, we want to honor the first responders, firefighters, EMS, all those people who helped out in the crisis of 2024 when the wildfires went through here.
So after 4 nights in Jasper National Park, here's our honest take. Yes, the fire changed things. Some areas are still recovering and certain attractions remain closed. But the heart of Jasper, the stunning landscapes and the resilient community and that incredible Jasper strong spirit is all still here. For RVers wondering if it's worth the trip, absolutely. Whistler Campground delivers, the Icefield Parkway was unforgettable, and we found hidden gems we never expected. Denali, Riley Creek Campground. Cost was $124 US for 5 nights. When to book, December 1st, 2025. Where to book, reserve Denali website. This is different from normal recreation.gov for most of the national parks, so pay attention. How it works. On December 1st, 2025, the official booking window opens for the 26th season. That's when the full summer window will become available. Summer Denali spots go fast.
All right, guys, we had a great time at Denali National Park, but today we're leaving, and I have to say, this is beautiful here.
Absolutely.
And
Riley Creek Campground we stayed at.
And we would recommend coming. Note, you do not see Denali, the mountain, Mount McKinley, because the only spot to see it is at mile 43, and then the actual road's washed out, but you can't see it from the campgrounds itself.
No, you got to go into the park, take the bus ride, and do it that way.
Well, that was a very pleasant bus trip.
Yes, it was.
Let's
Great
see.
scenery, great driver, and we got to see a bunch of wildlife. Yeah.
Yep.
I
So
think that was it, but it was eventful.
it
And
was.
we got to see animals sporadically, so it kept your interest because we didn't just see them all at one time and then not see anything the rest of the way.
All right.
So yeah, it was good.
Even though it was cloudy and rainy, it was still beautiful, and we managed to make our own sunshine.
Yep.
Seward, Alaska is the Resurrection Bay, the Seward City Park Campground. Cost was $336 5 nights for us. Yes, it's more expensive, but here's why. We were there for the 4th of July, and Seward is incredible. If you can be there for that, it's worth it. When to book, mid-January of 26. Where to book, the Seward City website. Why it matters, Seward City puts you right in town for one of Alaska's best celebrations. The 4th of July fireworks over the water, the local community and the energy is very special. Here's the challenge with Seward. It doesn't open on a set date like Parks Canada or Denali. It opens randomly in mid-January. You literally have to watch and check multiple times and look constantly, and finally we caught it going live unexpectedly. We just had a nice about 2-mile walk on the Iditarod.
Right.
We got down to mile 0. We could do it right from the campground, and even tried to get Maya to mush on a dog sled. We didn't go anywhere.
She's not going to win any races.
No, but pretty cool to be able to come right from the campsite and walk on this.
And we're going to be able to either walk or take the free shuttle to all the festivities for the 4th of July.
Yay! For the 40 plus stops during our RV travels in Alaska, we did first come, first serve, and were able to call ahead a day or two in advance to book our reservations. Here's the bottom line: book those iconic spots, and if you're lucky enough like us to be Elks members, use Elks Lodge as much as possible during your trip, and stay flexible everywhere else. This approach worked well for us, as we've proven and shown you in our videos. All right, guys, we left Palmer, Alaska, and now we are down near Whittier, staying at a Corps Engineer Park. And
I can't remember the name of it. We will confirm with you which one it is. It's first come, first serve. I think it's Willywaw or something like that.
yeah,
We'll figure it out.
we'll figure out where we are.
But we got in seat 5 right over there, and we got a gorgeous view of the mountain behind us. We're going to be here for 3 or 4 days before we head on to Seward. All right, let's talk about the roads. The roads are going to be a major factor in your decision whether or not you want to RV to Alaska or not. I'll be straight with you. Deb drove most of the time we were in Alaska due to my height anxiety, but I was there every mile. Not always smiling, but I was there every mile, observing and understanding what it really takes to drive in Alaska. And let me tell you, the roads in Alaska can be brutal. So here's our honest assessment. We crossed into Canada from Del Bonita, Montana on May 23rd and drove to Banff and the Icefield Parkways all the way to Jasper. The Icefield Parkways is said to be one of the most beautiful mountain drives in the world, and we were lucky to be RVing it. Amazing, gorgeous, beautiful driving, but here's the reality. Most of it was Joel approved, except for one section, from Big Bend through the glacier area. That section is all heights, not Joel approved, but the rest stunning. We started on the Alcan Highway on June 4th. We lost a windshield outside of Whitehorse and had to get that replaced. Then we drove through active wildfires. Made it through just 24 hours before the Alcan was completely closed. We even drove right next to the hotshot crews, the first line of defense for wildfires. And then a 233-mile drive from Destruction Bay to Tok spiraled into a 10.5-hour nightmare that tested us like never before. Washboarded, rutted, rough. We crossed into Alaska on June 12th. Wear and tear on the vehicle is real. We would not do that route again in an RV or any other vehicle.
Not Joel approved.
Not Joel approved. I was not consulted on this. The Valdez Drive is one of our favorite RV drives we've done in our 4 years of RV life. Beautiful scenery, some of the most stunning we've seen while RVing. But Thompson Pass, not Joel approved with that elevation and that steep descent. So the Valdez Drive minus Thompson Pass, that's what we're talking about. If you struggle with heights, Thompson Pass is a real challenge. By June 23rd, we reached McCarthy. We didn't even risk taking our RV. Uncle George, who lives there, advised us not to drive our RV on that road. So we hitched a ride with our friends Lynn and Danny from RV America in their Jeep. And even then, I laid down in the back seat and closed my eyes some of the time. 100% not Joel approved. Locals even told us it's one of the worst roads in Alaska. Rough, narrow, and challenging. McCarthy to Palmer, not Joel approved. Narrow, winding, heights involved, narrow roads, another stretch that tested us. This is the reality of Alaska roads. The Kenai Peninsula driving was beautiful, really beautiful. And here's the thing, most of it was Joel approved, but the sections on the way down and back from Seward, not Joel approved. Same with the area around Copper Landing. Narrow, winding roads with heights involved. So the Kenai Peninsula minus those specific sections, beautiful RV drive. Just be prepared for those challenging stretches. Palmer to Talkeetna. This was the only Joel approved route in all of Alaska. Well maintained, reasonable grades, and safe. Out of the entire trip, this is the one stretch where I felt comfortable. That should tell you something.
So we are at the Denali Brewing Company. So we found an actual Joel approved route here in Alaska.
It's from Palmer to Talkeetna.
Yes. Now let's drink to that.
Perfect. I might be putting up residents here. By July 26th, we RV'd to Denali National Park. A surprise during our RV travels was getting to see Denali in its fullest. How incredible. We got a full view of North America's tallest peak. But the drive from Talkeetna to Denali, not Joel approved. Heights, challenging terrain. The view was worth it, but the drive was rough. Denali to Fairbanks, not Joel approved. Fairbanks to Chicken, also not Joel approved. Basically, Alaska is not Joel approved. Of all the routes we took to Alaska, only Palmer to Alcan Talkeetna worked for me. On August 7th, we decided to RV the top of the world highway on our way out. We heard the Alcan was in worse condition than when we came up. The road conditioning was somewhat better than the Alcan, but the road was narrow, the heights involved were terrible, and it took us 7.5 hours to RV just 104 miles. Better than the Alcan, maybe, but not ideal if you struggle for heights. Made it out, but it was rough.
Well,
Alright, we stopped alongside the road here, on top of the world, as they might say. Definitely not Joel approved. You boy.
you're at top of the world.
Yay. We got back to Wisconsin on August 22nd. Here's the bottom line. The roads were brutal and my height anxiety made it worse. Deb drove most of Alaska and that partnership made all the difference. Out of 8,369 miles, I only felt comfortable on a small portion. Most of the roads you can't go above 45 miles per hour, and if you get up to that speed, you're lucky. A smooth, flat road is rare, so enjoy it while it lasts for a minute or two. You also have to watch out for other drivers. We saw reckless passing on hills and no passing zones. We were almost killed by a semi passing us on the way out of Canada on the Alcan. Here's the thing though, be a polite RVer, follow the laws. In Alaska, on a 2-lane roadway outside of the urban areas, if you have 5 or more vehicles following you, you are required to pull off the roadway at a safe location to allow them to pass. We made it a priority to do this, respect the road and the other drivers. If you want to experience Alaska, fly in and rent a car or RV or take a cruise. If you absolutely must RV, budget for stress, plan for shorter days, watch for dangerous drivers, be courteous to others on the road, and prepare yourself. To honestly report, the roads to Alaska in Alaska are not Joel approved. We're glad we did it. However, we're even happier we don't have to RV to Alaska again.
All right, so there you have it, our complete breakdown of how to book RV campgrounds and what you're actually going to get into on these Alaskan roads. We've covered the booking windows for RV travels in Alaska. We covered the road reality, the road conditions. We gave you the honest truth about what to expect when traveling to Alaska by an RV. Now, we started putting this video together and plan to include the 13 lessons we learned during our 98 days of RVing in Alaska. But honestly, this video was getting way too long, and we realized you deserve to sit down and really absorb those lessons without a 30-minute marathon about RV life. So here's what we did. We're giving you the booking strategies and road realities for Alaska travel this week. And next week, we're diving into the 13 life-changing lessons we learned about RV living, RV travel tips, and chasing our own sunshine in Alaska. These lessons deserve their own space, and you deserve that focused attention of RV life lessons. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, because next week, we're sharing exactly what we learned about RVing to Alaska. Thanks for being a part of our Alaska RV adventure, and we hope to see you out here chasing your own sunshine on your own RV adventures. We'll see you down the road.